Pakistan Agricultural Research Board, and for the different, he will cover different aspects of agriculture, climate change, and different cropping patterns and systems in the agriculture sector. Dr. Tahir Awan, over to you, sir, please.
बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। थैंक यू डॉक्टर वाजिद नसीम जदोई साहब, आपका शुक्रिया कि you have provided me an opportunity to present on this forum. So what's the topic I have selected for today my presentation? I will share with you. Firstly, I think I will make it share the screen, then I'll share screen. So the topic on which I will give the brief presentation today, that is the intervention of new innovation technologies in the rice wheat cropping system to mitigate the impact of climate change on agriculture to ensure food security. Actually, the world food grain which have major portion that is coming from rice and wheat. So that's why my topic and I selected this system, rice wheat, how we can increase the production on sustainable basis without changing climate change or mitigating the impact of climate change. So what is the climate? First of all, we should know what factors contribute toward climate. So main are three: ocean, latitude, and elevation. From these three factors, then other factors come up: sunlight, water, wind, latitude, solar energy, and elevation. So these all contribute toward changing the climate of the world. The major contributor are carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, increase in temperature, variation in rainfall, solar radiation, drought and flood. These all are the outcome of the climate change. So first of all, we should know that how agriculture become the cause of climate change. From agriculture, the major contributor is the methane, that is 30 times more stronger as compared to carbon dioxide for capturing infrared radiation to increasing the climate temperature. If we think total radiation that is coming from the sunlight, 19% that you can see on this slide, that is absorbed by the atmosphere. So in the atmosphere, the major absorber are carbon dioxide and methane. But methane is 30 times more stronger to absorb the radiation and to increase the temperature. So this methane is coming from agriculture sector. So how climate change? When climate is changed, so there is an increase in temperature with the increase in carbon dioxide and methane. If you see on this slide, on the left side is the temperature. So temperature directly affect the agriculture, and it also indirectly affect the agriculture by increasing the evapotranspiration, reducing the photosynthesis, so many other factors. And carbon dioxide affect the agriculture in two ways. Number one, in positive ways, photosynthesis will be increased with the increase of carbon dioxide. But on the other hand, it also absorbs the infrared radiation and becoming the cause of to increase the global temperature. So these are the two main factors of the climate. Number one, temperature. Number two, carbon dioxide or methane, that are causing the problem for our agriculture. So if we look on the world map, average temperature of the world from 1970 to up till now, 1 degree temperature has been raised all over the world. So this 1 degree temperature has caused so many problems in the world for agriculture and so many others. So this 1 degree temperature which has been rising since 1970 to 2020, That is mainly because of carbon dioxide, methane, that is the main contributor. So in this slide, you can see how these two gases rise up from 1500 to 20. So in these gases, which are the main contributor toward climate change, approximately 24%, you can see here, that are coming from agriculture and other land uses. So we are not only, Asia is not only the cause of climate change, industrialized countries are more contributing to increasing the methane, carbon dioxide, and all other gases to change the climate. If you see on this graph, USA and Canada is the topmost, and the second one is the Japan and New Zealand, and so and so. Asia is the least, that is emitting all these gases which are becoming the cause of global warming or climate change. So the total contribution of the anthropogenic gases toward climate change, 30% are coming from agriculture related, from agriculture and livestock. If you see on this slide, estimated sources of methane emission are mentioned in this bar chart. So ruminants are the first one among the other things, and there is also considerable amount are coming from rice. So rice is also a major source of methane emission in the world. Because of 1 degree temperature change, we have so many problems in agriculture and others. But if we could not and did not, we have not saved the environment from rising temperature, our climate will shift towards hotter. You can see in this figure. So as you see in the last slide, because of 1 degree rise in temperature, what happened? Ocean level has been risen because melting of snow from all over the world, where snow have been melted more as compared to previous. So because of snow melting, the level of sea has been risen. So what happened a few years ago, one island of Maldives, you can see here, that has been sink in the sea. If this rise in temperature continue in the future, so many other islands can be sink in the sea. So we have to think about this. World population is ever increasing everywhere. You can see in this figure from 1950, world population is continuously rising. In 1960, it's 3 billion, but now it's 10.4. So with the increase of this population, what happened to crop yield? Crop yield has also been rising, but what will be in the future? There will be a temperature in 2100 when temperature will rise enough, but our crop yield will go down. You can see here. So population will rise in future, continue, but if we could not adopt methods and ways to maintain this temperature or reducing this environment temperature, our crop yield will be going down. How we will feed the new mouths that will be there here, we have to feed. That is the point of concern for all our agriculture researchers, every scientist, to think about that, how we will feed this huge population in the future if we not increase the per acre or per unit area our yield. So what happened when temperature in the environment rise? So there is a scorching, burning on the leaf. You can see in this figure, and on the first one, it's a rice leaf. So these are the scorching because of high temperature and solar radiation. Similarly, it's a, here you can see the maize. There are also zebra lines because of high temperature. So when temperature rise, what happened with the plant? In plant, two processes that are from scientific point of view are running at the same time that are very important. Number one, photosynthesis, and second, respiration. In photosynthesis, plant are consuming, you all know, carbon dioxide and producing carbohydrate. That is the food of us for plants and all living organisms. Along with this photosynthesis, plants are also doing respiration. That is compulsory for the survival of plant. So that both are come side by side. When temperature is not high, you can see here at 35 degrees Celsius, photosynthesis and respiration are both are going side by side. But when temperature above 40 or 45, what happened? Photosynthesis going down, going to stop, but respiration continue. So that is the reason. When temperature rise, we have seen in the last year also in our wheat crop, we have very good stand of wheat crop, but because of high temperature in March, our yield has been reduced. Because photosynthesis stopped to produce more food that will go to grain, that process function slow down, but respiration continue. In high temperature, plant respire more to survive. So most of the food they are producing that is consumed in the respiration. So that's why yield of the crop going down when temperature rising. So here you can also see that photosynthesis going down with the rise of temperature above 45, it stopped. But cellular respiration going on above 60 degrees Celsius. So when temperature rises above the optimum temperature, in the coming slides I will show you the optimum temperature for rice and wheat. So when temperature of the environment go beyond that limits, what happened? Photosynthesis stop, respiration continue, and along all other things, most important, that is our economic yield, grain yield, that has been reduced. Here you can see the change in total crop duration. So crop duration also becomes short. You have seen in the very clear example in Pakistan for wheat, when temperature has rise, wheat become mature early and our yield reduce. So rice, wheat, maize and millet, all these crops, because of rise in temperature, their duration have been short. If we think about wheat, so 6 days duration becomes short. In rice, 20 days. Similarly, maize. So with 1 degree rise in temperature, what happened? Then 2 degree. So this research was very good to understand the effect of temperature on the duration of days. So when days become short, automatically our yield become reduced. That have negatively impact on our yield. So this is also another impact of a high temperature on our rice, wheat, maize, and millet, which are our food grain crops. Along with the shortage of duration of the crop, with the rise of temperature, there is also that become the cause of a reduction in yield. You can see here, for example, for wheat, if 1 degree rise in temperature, that become the cause of 8.1% in yield. If 2 degree, similarly 3 degree, if 3 degrees Celsius temperature has risen in wheat during March after flowering, that become 25% reduction in yield. So around about 1 to 2 degree, so 8 to 18 or 20 degree reduction in yield become because of the cause of high in temperature. Similarly in rice, now at this time, many farmers are calling us that my that has grown rice earlier than recommended time. What happened? Crop is going to mature. So that crop after flowering face the temperature that is higher than ideal. So that become the cause of unfertile grain, sterility in the grain, and automatically yield has been reduced in the rice. So here in this table you can see very clearly wheat, rice, maize, all our food grain crops 10 to 20% yield can be decreased because of rise only in temperature from 1 to 2 degrees Celsius. So here you can see this is a very good study by Agri. So what happened to spikelet fertility with the increase in temperature? It's going down. Similarly, seed set that has also been going down. what happened to spikelet fertility that is nowadays our farmers are facing. So spikelet fertility, if at that time temperature has risen because from the optimum temperature that is required for rice, so that is drastically decreasing the spikelet fertility. That becomes the cause of low yield. So here you can see this is a very good picture for showing the all function in wheat crop. When our temperature increase beyond the optimum 25 degrees Celsius. So what happened? Grain filling, seed quality, leaf area, shoot growth, productive tiller, leaf senescence increase हो जाती है, but source activity, all these parameters which are contributing to yield going down. So leaf senescence means death of leaf become increased. So leaves are going to die early than as compared to the normal temperature. So this is becoming the cause of grain yield reduction in wheat crop because of high temperature. So here this study shows by Agarwal, grain yield of wheat decreases by 17% with a 2-degree increase in temperature, as shown in I have shown in my previous slides. So high temperature adversely affect mineral nutrition uptake, shoot growth, pollen development, and automatically yield will be reduced because of high temperature. So along the reduction of yield in the rice, wheat, maize crop because of high temperature. So high temperature and solar radiation also become the cause of most important factor of climate change, that is the drought. In the world, drought is increasing. Area under drought has been increasing every year because of climate change. So in a study, it has been reported that at least 23 million hectare of rice, that is 20% of the total rice area in Asia, is estimated to be drought prone in the coming 2 to 3 years. If we did not mitigate our climate, what happened? 20% of rice area will face the drought. So these are the climatic factors. Temperature, most important, which are adversely affecting the yield. So what are the agriculture practices which are contributing towards the climate change, greenhouse gas emission? Among them, most important is burning of rice straw. First one, production of rice in the puddled method, that is our old method, transplanted rice, in which we flood the soil maximum period of the rice, so that is emitting methane. That is, as earlier I showed you, 30% more stronger than carbon dioxide to absorb alpha red radiation to increase the temperature. And second one is the burning of same rice crop when we harvested. So people in India and Pakistan, because they are using wheat combined rice for rice harvesting, and after harvesting, getting the grain, what they are doing, they are burning the straw. So that's a causing so many problems. That's a enhancing the carbon monoxide, methane, non-methane volatile organic compound in the air, nitrous oxide. So all these things are because of burning the rice straw. You can see here, these are the pictures. So around 60 megatons of paddy rice is burnt every year in Punjab, that is India and Pakistan. So this figure that has been taken by NASA show the red dots in the figure. You can see Punjab, that is Indian and Pakistani Punjab. So here these red dots show the burning spots. That is after harvesting the rice, farmer are burning the straw. So these are the burning incidents in 2014. It's more than 4,000, and now it's reduced, but still continue. So along other emitting the greenhouse gas emission, the burning can also cause other problems, human health, air quality. So if you see in this figure, from October to November, air quality index is more than 200. That is unhealthy for a human being and environment. The good air quality index is 0 to 50. That is not possible in that season. So that is the one phase of burning, that is changing our climate. The other thing, we are making the loss of nutrients. What happened? For burning 1 ton of rice straw, 5 to 8 kg nitrogen has been lost, 0.7 to 1.2 kg phosphorus, and 12 to 17 kg potash we are wasting. That has been burned, and with the wind that blown away. So because a major portion in the rice straw are the potash, that is very expensive fertilizer in the market, and we have to add. If we incorporate that straw, so we can also avoid, we will avoid the polluting the environment, and we will enhance the fertility of our land. So what we can do, how we can mitigate the climate change in agriculture? So there are three main sources. Number one, agroforestry. Number two, resource conserving and saving technologies that will play important role in reducing the greenhouse gas emission. And number three, enriching the soil with organic matter. So enriching the soil with organic matter, so that is a little bit component. We can add farmyard manure and green manuring. But today, by the main topic of my presentation, that is the resource conservation technology, what they will play the role. So rice is a staple food that, for more than 100 countries, and Asia contribute to 90 to 60%. Wheat is a source of nutrient also around 40% of the world population. Global production of wheat is 760 million tons, and global area under wheat is 240 million tons. So if we manage this rice wheat system, we can reduce greenhouse gas emission. So what are the source conserving technologies, RCTs, which will play an important role in climate change? That are AWD, alternative wetting and drying, dry seeded rice, rice combined harvesters with that is exclusively for rice, straw mulching instead of burning, zero tillage happy seeder, and super seeder. So these are the interventions through which we can sustain, maintain economical rice wheat system yield without harming, polluting the environment. So what AWD can do? AWD is alternate wetting and drying to rice. AWD can reduce water use up to 30% and also reduce methane emission by 48% as compared to puddled or traditional or conventional rice transplanting. At on-farm study which has been conducted that revealed that 20 to 40 metric ton of methane per year has been emitted from flooded rice. That is 10 to 12% of total anthropogenic emission from agriculture sector. So 10 to 15% are coming from the flooded system, that is traditional conventional rice transplanting. In Asia, methane emission reduction associated with multiplying, drying, that is alternate wetting and drying, we can reduce this methane emission 14 to 80% according to soil and environment condition. Approximately 43% we can reduce by drying the system, that we call alternate wetting and drying. So what is AWD? Very easy. It's a pipe that we can use in the, I will quickly skip these slides. We can install this pipe in the soil in the crop when crop is 15 days old. So then we irrigate the crop according to this pipe. When water level inside the pipe is 6 inches below the soil surface, we can re-irrigate. So it's a safe AWD, means no yield penalty by irrigating this way. What happened? But yield that is at par to our conventional method. You can see in the bottom two picture of two fields, that is AWD and AWD control mean where we have not used AWD conventional method. So without yield penalty, we can reduce 30% water saving and 40% methane emission. The other intervention, that is DSR, dry seeded rice. In DSR, we sow the crop with the drill, dry seed and dry soil, then we irrigate alternately. So this DSR system can reduce 35 to 57% water use and 60% labor saving in the system. 47% methane emission can also be lower in DSR system as compared to transplanted rice. Because when continuously flooding, what happened? There will be anaerobic decomposition in the soil. So that anaerobic decomposition become the cause of CH4 emission because there is no oxygen. So when we have AWD, DSR, there is alternate wetting and drying, there is enough air, so no anaerobic decomposition, there will be aerobic decomposition that will not become the cause of methane emission. So ammonia, nitrous oxide and methane emission from DSR and PTR. This study shows that methane emission 40% lower in the DSR. You can see in this graph 40% lower DSR in a DSR methane emission as compared to transplanted rice. But for nitrous oxide, because in some cases in some soil, when we dry the field, there is emission of N2O, nitrous oxide. But most of the cases, nitrous oxide emission in both DSR and transplanted rice is at par. In this study, you can see also that is at par. So overall, global GWP means global warming point were reduced by 46.6% under DSR as compared to TPR. Means 46% less gases will be emitted from DSR system that become the cause of air pollution or air temperature rise, that are 40%, 46% less as compared to transplanted rice system. So here in this study, you can also see in figure A, the TPR is on the top and DSR is lower. So methane emission in A figure, you can see higher in transplanted rice as compared to dry seeded rice. In the figure C, you can see nitrous oxide. That is approximately, in the start it's close, in the middle of the day it's higher, but at the end it's also close. So nitrous oxide emission is the same, but methane emission are considerably reduced in DSR system as compared to transplanted rice. So this is also a DSR ecosystem that has shown on the top it's a transplanted rice and at the lower it's a DSR system. So overall flux of methane and other gases emission has been reduced in the DSR system as compared to transplanted rice. So this is a scientific report in a Nature journal that has been published. This study also shows what happened, to what extent can zero tillage. After this sowing system, what is the other intervention, that is the tillage practices. So tillage practices also lead to a reduction in greenhouse gas emission from the soil. So these are the causes. How we can mitigate these causes? We have to stop burning of residue. So what we have to do to stop burning? We should go for green manuring and we should go for different machinery for sowing the wheat after rice. First of all, we should prefer those combine harvesters that is Kubota type, that is exclusively made for rice harvesting. So these, what you farmer will get benefit from these machines. You can see in this down picture. So straw of the rice will be in lines. So farmer can sell out that straw. So we have surveyed and visited many farmers. They talk with us and give us information that the price what they have paid to the service provider for machine harvesting, from approximately at the same cost they have sell out their straw. So they can sell the straw. There is no straw in the field, no stubble in the field for burning or chopping. So no other they have not to bear any other cost to manage these stubbles and straws. First of all, they have to prefer these machines. But we know the problem that in Pakistan, these machines are not enough to cover the whole area. So they have to go for wheat combine harvesters. So farmer have compulsion because every farmer have not access to this computer type. Firstly, they have to prefer. If not, they have to go to for a wheat combine harvester. So then they have to manage. First of all, zero tillage also have interventions. So how they manage that straw happy seeder in Pakistan? These are the Pakistani made happy seeders. So in the stubbles and straw, you can sow the wheat crop without burning and chopping the straw. So this is the one intervention. You can manage the straw. This straw will also become the enhance the organic matter. So in this figure, picture, you can see this wheat crop is also shown by happy seeder. So here farmer is standing and he is showing the straw in the crop. This straw become the mulch. So there are so many benefits of mulching. Number one, reduce the evaporation from the soil. So low irrigation requirement. Secondly, will reduce the germination of weed seed. So in these crops shown by happy seeder with mulching of rice straw have low weed pressure. Another thing, if you have not access to that happy seeder, so it's a chopper that is made by Janju Agriculture Engineering with the consent of RRA Kalasha. So me and our ex-director many times and we have developed this chopper. So it can chop the straw. Then after chopping, you can sow the wheat. Other thing, and nowadays the most latest one, that is super seeder. No need to chop the rice straw, no need to burn the straw, no need to think about anything. You can use this machine after harvesting the rice crop. You can sow the wheat in standing stubbles and scattered straw. You can see the working of this machine. So in one pass, this machine can prepare the field, chop the straw, stubbles, prepare the field, and sow the wheat along with fertilizer. So all three, four functions at one time. This machine can save our fuel consumption, energy, time, so many things, and also suitable for rice wheat system to reduce the greenhouse gas emission by burning the straw and by consuming more petrol and so many diesel other things. So what is the conclusion and take home message? By resource conserving technologies, what I have shown briefly in my slides, we can produce sustainable rice wheat crop to ensure food security. Because when we manage the straw in the soil, so we will enhance our soil fertility. So our yield, our production will be sustainable. And with the use of these RCTs, we can reduce the greenhouse gas emission, mainly CH4, carbon, methane, carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, nitrous oxide in a considerable amount from the environment. At the end, we have to protect and maintain clean and healthy this planet for us, for our future generation. So save the earth, save the planet for us, for our future generation. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Asa, for your excellent presentation, and that is applied in nature itself. Thank you so much for detailed information regarding climate change, agricultural technologies, especially to control the air pollution, how the farm is going to lead the mitigation strategies to climate change, and definitely your interventions for new innovative technologies in the rice wheat cropping system are very appreciated to ensure the global food security in the field of climate, we can say in the field of agriculture. So thank you so much. So we have a couple of quick questions.